Hey, what's up everybody? Bdf 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I'm all checked in. I'm feeling good. Got the room. Odds were looking good for me as we were saying, but they didn't have any trouble not only getting me in, but getting me in early. It's only 10:51 and I'm already out and about, ready to start my day. Checked in the room quickly. Amber didn't waste any time checking me in today. Shout out to her, and I was able to do all of I needed to make sure that I was settled in the room. And now it's time to go grocery shopping. I got pretty big grocery shopping to do. It's gonna be pretty warm today. I don't think it's gonna be as warm as it was yesterday, but I do have an air conditioning with this room, so my next 3 weeks, whatever type of heat wave may be coming, at least I'll be able to be comfortable in the room without having to manage heat and stuff like that, like the last 3 weeks, which wasn't all that bad, but certainly appreciate the convenience of air conditioning. Last night slept pretty good at the motel, even though there was a couple next door to me that was fighting. They were fighting all night long, up until about, I say, 1 o'clock, but it was loud. It was intense, but you know, it didn't seem like nobody put any hands on nobody, so I guess they were able to work themselves out, but they were having real trouble in there. But it didn't disrupt my peace. I was meditating, I was praying, I was, you know, doing a lot of basketball homework on these on the draft. So I'm much further along now at this point as far as knowing all these prospects after a good week of studying all of this stuff. So I feel good about that. And you know, my mock draft should be pretty I should be confident making it by the time it's time to make it, based on all the homework I'll be able to get done in just 4 days. I still have a lot of homework to do. Got to keep on learning more about some of these players that I've learned something about, but at least I have a gist of what, probably about 75% of what is expected to be drafted. At least I have an understanding of who these guys are at this point. There's still a few key names that I haven't checked out, but for the most part, I know all the key names, so I feel great about that. But yeah, man, I'm very thankful. Praise God for getting me in the room. I thank everybody for, you know, who was helping me. Obviously my uncle for sure, but the folks over here for just easing my mind and making sure everything got straightened out. Quiet Uber rides both to and from the hotel, the motel, and all of that, so there wasn't no problem at all there. And I ordered something last night that sat very well with my stomach. It was actually a salmon burrito, which was absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. I had no intention of eating something that I was going to enjoy that much. I was just trying to get something that I felt would settle with my stomach. So obviously I had to remove the cheese, but it seemed like, looking at the ingredients, that they didn't really use too much in there that I couldn't deal with, and so it sat well with my stomach for the most part. And man, did it taste good. Very, very good. So I might order that next time I find myself doing this. But yeah, man, that was a real treat for me. And that's pretty much it. I picked up the music that was on Apple Music, but I haven't as much as even clicked on any of it. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that I knew of in regards to these artists and just slapped it on a playlist, and we'll sort through it sometime soon, probably within the next day or two, and see what shakes out, if there's anything to work on in regards to a playlist this week. If not, I'll just take the best of it and stash it and wait for another Thursday to cycle around. But yeah, man, everything is good. I ain't gonna say a busy June coming up, not necessarily, but the doctor's appointment is on the 11th, and then I got a appointment with Lydia on the 13th, the same week. So that is not this upcoming week, but it is the following week. So I gotta mentally prepare myself for sliding all the way down to Santa Monica by 10:30 in the morning. I don't think I'm gonna Uber. That's entirely too expensive. So what I want to do is use the car service that they have through my mental health process, or through my healthcare rather, and see if they'll be able to schedule me a ride from here all the way to Santa Monica and back. I don't really need it and back, to be honest, but to get there is the most important thing. I could train back, no problem. But training there means I'm getting up at like 4 in the morning, and I ain't really up for all that. To keep my routine and stuff, that's gonna suck. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I do know that I want to be there for that doctor's appointment, because obviously with everything that I've been complaining about and all the issues I have dietarily, it would behoove me to start the process of really sitting down with a doctor consistently from here on out. So I plan on being there for that, and we'll see what the Lord has for the month. But it's the final day of May. I think it's been a good May. As I told you guys at the beginning of May, that I was assessing April quite a bit and felt pretty good about April and all of that. And so now we're a full month past that point, and as I haven't really sat down and really assessed May as much, but I know that I was pretty pleased with what overall happened with my body trying to, build strength as I was doing in April. I think I carried that into May very well, and did a better job of taking care of myself, saved money good in this month, better than I had probably in any other month. And basically now, just going into June, I'm just asking the Lord to continue to keep me on the path where I'm pleased with what I'm doing. And so thought I made some pretty good content here. All of the different things that I was trying to do in May, I think it was pretty good. It was a few hiccups, some things that I would have loved to have done differently in May, but it wasn't too many. I was pretty much pleased with how May went. So going into June, just wondering what the theme will be, wondering what God has in store for me, and looking to stay close to Him, and ask that He stay close to all of you guys and all of my family members and friends and everybody I care for. So that's where I'm at the end of May, feeling really confident that that this has been a good month for me, and hope it's been really good for you guys as well. And I know it's been some people who's had some real hiccups in May. I have no doubt there's been a lot of stuff that happened in May that wasn't easy for people, but we just keep trucking forward. And so that's really where my head is, man. Just very thankful that I'm in this room, and now hopeful that I'm able to get everything I need grocery wise. And it's going to get pretty hot today. I can feel it. Feels like it's going to be very hot today, so I think I'll get a good sweat in from this activity. So yeah, man, that's pretty much where my head is. There ain't too much else going on. I got it. Obviously, there's always things to talk about, but I haven't been paying much attention to a lot of other stuff, man. I know that the president pardoned NBA YoungBoy, which was kind of interesting to me, given the fact that he's on my prayer list, and his circumstances. It's one of those situations where I just think that a lot of what it is I understood about his case was in part because of, just his recreational self-medication processes. And getting off of drugs can get you out of a lot of trouble, man. Whether you on drugs for good reasons or not, getting off of them can get you out of a lot of trouble, because once you start having them issues, man, it gets real tough to get off of them, and it gets real tough to provide yourself what you need. And so that's really where it is for me. I just want to tell people, like, if you don't have a problem, there's not a whole lot of problems that can derive from that problem. And that is why I just tell people, if you got mental health issues, try everything you can before taking this medication that they give you, or taking medication on the street. If you want to get high, weigh that against all of the different problems that can come from starting down that road, because it gets real for a lot of people. And if, whether you have the money or not, you're gonna have a lot of problems trying to fix yourself, or get that fix, as people like to say. I've been hearing same situation, Donald Trump, another thing involving the president. Essentially, from what I understand, he's removed Elon Musk from his position in the White House, and then from there you see the campaign essentially telling us about his drug usage and the bag that he carries with him on the plane that has all kinds of drugs in it. Again, you know, it's like Elon Musk on the prayer list, as I told you guys, believe it or not. He's been on my prayer list for years now, since his little son X was born. The same one that gave y'all the finger. I started praying for him when that kid was born. So it's like one of those situations where I'm seeing like a theme here. It's like drugs, Donald Trump, someone on the prayer list. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm just telling people to get off drugs. It ain't harmless. There's a lot of deterioration to your body and your mind that you're gonna do. And while you may be trying to deal with yourself, from what I understand, Elon may be on the spectrum, as they say. He don't need all them damn drugs for whatever it is. His condition is he don't need all that. He don't need psychedelic drugs, all this type of stuff. He don't need none of that, man. And I know he got all the money in the world. And so, of course, in our world, that's like you've won the game. You don't have nothing to learn. You got it all made because you have a lot of money. So it's like, okay, I don't have to. What applies to the rest of the brokies? I don't have to be as responsible. I could take drugs in front of the president. Like that type of stuff is like, yo, if you want to go down that path, bro, you can act like you're immortal, but you ain't. And you think it's cute to take drugs just like any other person out here with a drug habit, bro. You ain't no different just because you 100 billion up. Your body can deteriorate. You could be out here looking like a damn crackhead just like anybody else, bro. And it's just as wise for you to get off of that shit as it is for somebody down the street to get off of that shit. That's what I would say to Elon Musk. Sometimes people overthink the success as it pertains to I have success, I'm intelligent, half of the world is at my palm, I'm in the White House, I'm working on this, I'm gonna get my people to the moon. All different types of things that Elon is trying to accomplish. He'll be lucky if he lives 70 years because of his drug habit. Like, bro, at some point in time, you gotta say, I'm a mortal human being with children. No matter how much money I have, no matter how much fame I have, no matter how many Teslas we see on the road in every damn country, at the end of the day, I'm a human being with children. And my body can die, my heart can give out, just like anybody else's. And that's what I would tell him. You stay acting like a damn crackhead and your ass is gonna die, bro. Just like anybody else out here. That's what I say, Elon Musk, and that's what I would tell your uncle. You understand what I'm saying, man? I'm tired of talking with people, especially people who are doing stupid stuff because they think they've won the game of life, because they think they got it made. Those are the ones that are most irritating to me, because a lot of people who are strung out are strung out because life is hard. They strung out because they don't have a way, because every time they wake up in the morning, they don't see nothing positive, or they wake up in the morning and they're trying to escape from something that went on. He doing this stupid, ignorant stuff because he can. And that he can does not make him absolved from the negative consequences that come from it. Everybody want to get high. Everybody want to get out of their mind. Come back down to earth. Live a little bit. Make yourself stronger by living through your problems. Dealing with the creativity of a mind on the spectrum. You know, God didn't give you drugs. He gave you the condition of being on the spectrum. So many people struggle, and I ain't here to tell you your struggle ain't a struggle, or whatever the case may be. But what he gave you was what you are. Now, if he also gave you opportunities to treat yourself so that you could cope with yourself a bit better, that's one thing. Trying to assimilate to an evil world, that's another thing. And that's what a lot of people are trying to do, because they're not like everyone else and the world is telling them they should be. They end up feeling like they need to treat themselves for the uniqueness of their brain. You don't need to treat nothing. You're exactly who the Lord wants you to be. You're exactly how the Lord wanted you to feel. It's society that's telling you need to take medication, partially because society's trying to get rich off you taking it. Just like they're telling you need to cut pieces off of your body. Just like they're telling you need to put pieces into your body, because they're getting rich off that stupid shit. That's why they try to normalize making a culture that you change yourself, because there's a lot of money to be made from changing yourself. You ain't got to change nothing. toying with your head and your psychology and your insecurities, telling you that there's something wrong with you because you're not like everybody else. But who is like anything? Everybody's wearing a mask, it seems, is it not? And so for me, I'm just like, man, I'm not telling people that if they're struggling in their head and they're dealing with depression, they want to die, they shouldn't take some type of Zoloft or whatever. If it can help you, those tools are in place for a reason. But for those of us who are running around with certain struggles, but they're not really struggles unless we're listening to people tell us we're struggling, and we're actually just living our lives however we are, and maybe we're on a spectrum, maybe we're a little different, but we can live in our own spaces without the presence of other people and telling us that we need to make changes, or telling us that we don't align with their math, so we're moving too fast or too slow for them. Yeah, no, I'm not on board with medicating to assimilate to a world that's not even really behaving as if it understands itself half the damn time. No, you are who you were supposed to be. Every once in a while, the world learns a new word or discovers a new thing about the brain or about behavior, and then tries to come up with some creative way that they have a lot of confidence about in regards to fixing whatever that is, as if it's a problem. The new one is autism and being on the spectrum. They learn a new word. Now everybody they see that has a certain difference about their brain, suddenly they want to diagnose them with autism and pump them full of drugs. That is still being, I think at this point that's being over-diagnosed, and it's a talking point for those who want to make money off of certain things. Oh, autism this, autism that. You didn't give a shit about autism until you realize the way to make money off of it. Okay? There are people who are really autistic, but they telling people who are just a little slightly different that they're autistic in a lot of cases. And it's like, oh, man, we're going to do this. We're going to put the whole propaganda on it. Yeah, that's what that is, in my opinion. Every 10 years, they come up with a new thing that they have to slap something on. And they know exactly what drugs to get these people. They know exactly what schools they need to go to and all different type of stuff like that, which is, I mean, part of that is good, but a lot of that is manipulated. A lot of that is just nonsense that people want to come around and fix. You know how America is, man. When it comes down to it, the best description that I can think of is anytime we find a country that we call a third world country that has some oil, then we coming in with democracy. It looks like they need some democracy and freedom. That's the running joke, right? That's the same thing they do about certain things like autism. Okay, these people, okay, we've learned a new word. Now let's apply democracy and freedom in a different way to that situation so we can make money off of it, exploit it. What you're really coming to do is extract the oil. What you're really coming to do is exploit the person, pump them full of drugs, and try to turn them into something that fits a little bit more of what your narrative is, which is chase the dollar, and everything else comes second. You be a consumer first. If you're not wired to be a consumer, then you obviously need some drugs to make you a worker consumer. You're not chasing the dollar. There's something wrong with your brain. Function properly so we can teach you how to vote. Rock the vote. You're not rocking the vote. There's something wrong with your brain. Take these drugs. We'll turn you into a zombie and then you'll be able to work for us. Like, that's exactly what this country is all about in a lot of different ways. Some of these people are brilliant. Some of these people can put together puzzles in a matter of seconds with their eyes closed. But they're on the spectrum because they're a little socially awkward. So we need to pump them full of drugs so they can work for us. No, man, I'm sick of these people trying to force me into the box that they're in. No. Tired of that. Exactly who I need to be. And when I'm struggling, I'll let you know. And that's how that should go. A lot of times we end up taking their drugs and then we struggle off of the drugs. This is what I was doing with marijuana. I was smoking marijuana as a default to my life. Being high was abnormal. I mean, being sober was abnormal. Being high was default. And what came with that was anxiety, depression, abnormal behaviors. And so as a result, without even considering that it was the weed that was providing that, I was walking around thinking that I was depressed for, like I had certain types of traits that came with that process. No, it was the marijuana and likely the chemicals that they put in the marijuana that was causing those troubles. And because I never allowed myself to come off of it, I just automatically thought that the troubles were what came with my natural personality. No, fam, when you come off the weed, you don't have those problems. When you get off the drug, there's no problem. And that's exactly what's happening with a lot of people as well. They're on medication. Medication causes certain things. They never come off of the medication, so they think those certain things are things that come with who they are. No, that ain't what comes with you. That's what comes with them drugs you can't stop taking. Get off them damn drugs, you'll be fine. And see, that's the issue, man, because we're so caught up in that culture of doing what it is they tell us we need to do to medicate for ourselves. We start not realizing that it's the medication that's causing the trouble. And as I talk about in many different conversations on this channel, they done got us into a space where we love things that hurt us. We love things that destroy us. Let me get this unhealthy sandwich, give me a heart attack. I don't care. I want the heart attack. Do you really? I ain't gonna stop smoking. I love smoking. I've been smoking for 50 years. I ain't gonna stop smoking, but the smoking is causing cancer. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I like the cancer. Like, that's essentially what they're doing to your brain in this country. They make you love what kills you. They make you love what kills you. Or they make you think that the problems that you have because of what it is that you're doing that kills you are naturally in you, and that you need to find something else to supplement or to fix the problem that ultimately you're causing by going toward what it is that they keep on giving you that's supposed to be fixing another problem. I ain't letting these people do this to us no more, man. I'm not going to continue to stay in this space as if I'm lost in that space anymore. I'm not. I want to live. I want to live healthy. I don't need to be nothing that y'all selling me. I don't need to be taking none of y'all self-destructive vices, you know, that y'all keep on throwing down my throat every damn time I look up. Every commercial trying to tell me I need this type of medication or that type of artery clogging sandwich or that type of inebriating substance. Drink this. Drink that. We're having a good time. Look at us. No, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself with that. And you're so warped in how they've allowed you to fall yourself into their space that you think you want to die by way of what it is that they're giving you. That's an American thing. I ain't gonna stop eating like this. I've been eating like this all my life. Yeah, that's because they've been trying to kill your ass all your life. They was trying to kill your grandparents too. And they wanted you to want it. They wanted you to want it so bad that you would pay a lot of money to do so to yourself. And it worked. See, look at you. I crave it. Yes, you do. That was their dream, that you would crave something that would ultimately take you out. And then run around in confusion, telling yourself you're trying to survive. No, you're not trying to survive. You're fooling yourself full of poison on purpose. You ain't trying to survive. And see, that's what ends up happening to a lot of us in this country. We think that we're trying to survive. We think we're trying to get money. We think we're trying to, you know what I mean, live the American dream, but we're actually just deteriorating our body. Deteriorating it. I want drugs. No, you don't. I want clogged arteries food. No, you don't. Because there's not going to be a day where you wake up feeling good about feeling bad physically. A lot of us think that a lot of the things that come toward us are natural things. You get to a certain point, you're 40 years old, now your back's supposed to hurt, your legs supposed to hurt. No, they're not. You're not. That's not natural. You're compounding things into your body that shouldn't be in there, and you think that's the default, but that's not the default. That's the culture that you've accepted as if it's default. That's not how that's supposed to go. It's not. I was listening to people when I was in my 20s tell me that once I get to my 30s, I was going to have aches and pains. It's natural. You're going to have aches and pains. No, it's not natural. No. And when I got to 30, I wasn't having no aches and pains. What I had was a desire to stretch every day and eat, learn how to eat properly. And at 40 years old, guess what? No aches and pains, no back hurts, none of that. You know what comes with that? Fast food, beer, sitting down for long periods of time, escalators instead of climbing steps. Things that we do that don't work for us, but we don't know how not to do it. It's just like the weed for me. I thought the depression came with the weed. Or rather, I thought the depression just came with who I was. No, the weed brought the depression to my life. And I never found myself off the weed. So the depression by default was there. So too does the aches and pains that come with the food that we eat. We're American, this is our American culture. No, they warped you into believing that you should want to die. Without actually viewing it that way. And they keep on compounding that same thing from so many different angles into your brain and into the brains of the people around you to now this is what you think it is. Oh, this ain't what it is. That's what they've done to all of you. And the moment you realize that and wake up from it and rearrange those self-destructive cultures, turn them inside out and ultimately start doing things that actually help you survive and start giving the finger to all them damn cultures, you're going to find out what default really is. The actual desire is to survive. You should want to take care of yourself. Drink water. Put down all grease. Put down all vices that ultimately deteriorate the body. I don't want no liquor. I don't want no grease. I don't want no... You understand what I'm saying? Because the object of the game is to survive. As we've been preaching on this channel for a little while now. I'm not about to just accept American culture anymore, because American culture is warped to make us want to kill ourselves in a million different ways. And then want to teach our kids to do the same damn thing. Like, now, I'm not that type of stupid anymore. I understand this is wickedness. This is Zionist run bullshit. They want to kill kids. They don't want to see us survive. Not unless it's going to make them wealthy. By way of the vices and the ultimate default cultures that bring about trouble that we can't see. Even though it's right there hidden in plain sight. As my mother used to say, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. It's exactly what this is. These people killing you and you want it. You tell yourself you're trying to survive. Nah, not me no more. I'm not with none of that. Drinking all the water I can, exercising 3 times a day. The food that I eat, if I have a burrito like I had yesterday, it's gonna be once every 3 weeks at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking with vegetables every single day. I'm eating oatmeal every single day. You understand what I'm saying, man? I ain't letting these people kill me, bro. With their cultures and with this stuff they keep telling all of y'all that you need, that they've been telling me all my life I need. I don't need none of this shit. I need none of it. So I pour myself up full of sugar and then I complain that I got diabetes. Bro, I ain't gotta eat none of that shit. They've been telling you want that stuff for years, but it ain't never been good for you. You want it. Yes, you do. And so does the person next to you, see? And they're gonna tell you, you're crazy if you don't. See? You don't want that? Well, okay, we'll give you something else just like it. In a different way, though. That's more catered to you. See? You don't need this pound of sugar. Take this pound of sugar. The drinks that we drink, full of sugar. Filled with sugar. Sugar syrup. Barely any water. Sandwiches we eat. One little piece of lettuce. All meat. All cheese. All grease. Like, man, are you crazy? You might as well put a gun in your mouth. And we just like nod our head. Yeah, we just keep on doing this. Yeah, this is what it is. This is what we want. Yeah, I know I'm gonna need health care because this is killing me, but this is what I want. Let's keep eating it. Let's keep drinking this. Yeah, I need a beer. I need a beer for this. I need a beer for that. There's a football game every Sunday. I need about 7 beers for that. It's a basketball game every 2 days. Yeah, I need beer for that. I need soda for that if not beer. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Grease, grease, grease. Liquor, liquor, liquor. Like, what are we doing? Honestly, man. You gonna really let these people continue on this path of giving y'all this bullshit? Seriously? You really gonna let them trick you off your life like this? Because that's what it is. Zio's tricking people off their lives. Getting wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. More and more brash, bouncing around on their heads. killing children overseas and thinking they're entitled to every damn thing. That's why I call them disease. They the ones getting rich off this shit, man. I'm about ready to give them the finger personally. Like, no, you ain't gonna trick me out of my life. You ain't gonna have me worshiping what kills me. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want none of that. I want good habits, good practices that promote life in my body, promote life in the cultures around me. I want to represent myself in ways that allow for me to be of high value in the presence of anyone and everyone. I want to be able to walk into any room and be respected, walk out of every room and be respected. I don't need a culture that's going to have me doing things that you don't respect on purpose like I wanted. Yeah, shake your ass, shake your ass. Yeah, let's be gangsters, let's be gangsters, let's be gangsters, so we can get ourselves locked up. Yeah, what about prison politics? Yeah, we can get locked up and never be able to get out, surrounded by nothing but men. That's what we want. Yeah, let's do that. Are you crazy? These people ain't about to have me worshiping the shit that kills me while they're happy about me dying. I ain't rolling no more, man. They can kiss my ass with all of that. I ain't doing none of it. If I can help it, I'm trying to deteriorate every bit of that culture in my head. And I'm moving the way I need to move to assure that I'm alive. I ain't doing none of that stuff. If I can help it. And mind you, they are also too warped by the crap that they give us, because a lot of them eating that stuff too. It's not like they out here, doing everything healthy for themselves. No, they walking around with pot bellies too. That's the problem. Because anything the devil gives us always going to have him destroying his own people and destroying the people who support him. It ain't like they're going to be sitting around here being health nuts and meditating on positive things to keep their stress low. No, they're going to be out here drinking the poison too. Knowing what it is that it is for is to kill. They don't kill themselves too. Why? Because the essence of what it does is make you love what kills you. Nah, over that. I'm over it. I'm not teaching that to the people who follow me. I'm not even telling y'all that's what you should want. I'm telling you, you're crazy if you continue to let them give you that crap as if it's something to want. It ain't nothing to want. It ain't. And it's high time we start looking at each and every one of the people who are continuing to push this to us and start questioning whether or not they're trying to kill us or not. Because question is answered. Yes, they trying to kill you. It's like they killed so many other people before. You got graveyards all over the country filled up full of people that died because of shit that they were selling. Most of these graveyards are filled with people who died untimely deaths based on cultures that were given to the American people, man. Americans die of American culture. That's literally it. Because they needed to have something to drink right before they hopped in the car, because they couldn't stop smoking even though it was killing their ass, because they couldn't stop eating them damn sandwiches they kept seeing on the screen in between every damn segment of everything they watch on television, because they sat there for hours and watched television without getting their asses up and sweating a little bit. These are things that they taught you to want. And they tricked you into thinking that you're living an American dream, bro. You're dying an American death. It's high time we start looking at it that way. It's high time we start teaching our kids that this is what it is, and it's to deviate from it, move on from it, shun it with every part of their being, accept themselves for the differences that they have, and accept others for the differences that may be arising around them, with people being more creative about who it is they ultimately find themselves being. I ain't trying to weaponize my inability to be accepting of others. One more thing killing me, you for being mad at me for not accepting you for the differences of you. That type of stuff, man. Craziness. We want everything to kill us. We trying to make enemies. We trying to make people jealous of us. We trying to fill ourselves full of poison. We out here doing all types of self-destructive stuff on purpose as marketed to us. And nah, I'm not with none of it anymore. I'm looking at everybody who wants to continue to do this as people who are ultimately murderers and accomplices to murder, because that is exactly what it's going to boil down to when people look back on this 100 or 200 years from now. That's exactly what it's going to look like. Damn, they was killing them people for real. They should have been giving these people the chair. We out here giving them awards, giving them stars on the street and all this type of shit. And them people was killing us. teaching us how to want death for ourselves and to smile about it all the way to the grave. I ain't with it. Not me. Nope. I woke up out of that. I found God, and he told me to tell you all of this. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. Evolve, America. Grow up, America. Stop worshiping money. Stop worshiping celebrities. Stop worshiping the devil and all the different facets of what it is that he uses to destroy himself and others, man. None of it's any good for you. I ain't telling you what religion you should go to, but I'm telling you, if it's rooted in a living God, it's probably better for you than this American culture stuff that we keep on worshiping. Bdf 44, I thank you all for watching. No.